It's like, that's it, folks. That's the talk. Come on back, let's end it. Seriously, I'm not reading my texts, I promise. Just going to my talk, which is not allowing me to turn it to the big print. Thank God I left my glasses on. So, all you ever need is an open mind, a willing mind, and an open heart. What is it? Open mind, willing heart, or willing mind, open heart. I guess either way works. Be the adventure. Karen set this up so perfectly. You know, reading from that Deepak Chopra book, understanding that the crawling is part of the adventure. We all seem to think that the crawling part is not part of the adventure. I'm very, very verklempt today, just so you know. Hearing that song just really got me. And when Karen was doing the affirmation, bring it on, I was like, bring it on. I'm closing my show today, and I'm about to say, bring it on. And there's just this interesting thing between these two. Come on in. Is there a seat? Yeah. There's an interesting thing between these two things. You know, you do something and you complete it. But is it the crawling or is it the walking? What is it? You know, and is it not all the same thing? So I have a question for you this morning. And the first thing I want to do is ask you and the twins. That is so... I haven't met them yet, so this is awesome. Oh, I'm sorry. They've been listening to me for that 9 months they were in there. Right. So, okay. I just love it. New life, old life, just lots of life. So, yes, you got it. So, the question I have for you today is, what does the word adventure mean? And I'm just going to ask you to yell it out little by little, just whenever you think of it. What does the word adventure mean to you, Brad Blaisdell?
A series of events.
A series of events. Okay, what else? Wait, what? Fun? Fun. Okay, what? Challenge. Who said that? Of course you did. Challenge. Perfect. Well, this is an Olympic winner. Of course he's going to talk about the challenge from a positive place, right? Stepping out of the box. What else? Paulette, what? Passion. Of course. What else? Risk. Excitement. Going someplace you've never been before. How about if we all try to do that today? Let's go to some place we've never been before in mind. Because if the mind is eternal and infinite in scope, we should be able to find something we haven't thought about before. Yes? So, okay. So, there you go. There's your definitions of adventure. So, let me tell you what Merriam-Webster says. An exciting or remarkable experience usually involving dangerous or unknown risks. Oh, thank you, sweetie. So that's what an adventure is, according to the dictionary. I think everything you've said is all part of this. But the only word that I question there is the word what? No, I like danger. Risks. Risks. Because as God, what would be risky? If you really were God, let's just assume for a moment that you really were God. I know I am, but let you assume that you are God. So if I am God, what could be risky? Absolutely nothing, could it? How could I risk anything? I'm God, for God's sake. So I'm going to give you a new definition of the word risk in my acronym Haven, and it is this: resting in spiritual knowing. Okay? So that's the risk, which means there's no risk. We just rest in spiritual knowing when something comes along that looks dangerous. How many of you like dangerous things? How many of you like roller coasters? How many of you hate roller coasters? Do you like other exciting rides? Do you like the Mr. Toad's Adventure? You like the teacups? I hate the teacups. How many of you have had to take your kids on the teacups and lost your teacup? True story, do I want to tell you this? I don't know. Okay, I vomited on the teacups with 2 little 40-year-old twins with me. And they're like, Dad, we've never been able to go back to the teacups ever since. They go around, and you know what it was? Everybody's spinning it. I'm like, stop. It's not pretty. So, it's probably the only time. Okay, look that. I just did it. I have never mentioned vomiting through my entire 12 years of ministry. We are off to a new adventure, right? Okay. So, resting in spiritual knowing. I think it would behoove all of us if we really took it to heart and to a willing mind that there is never any risk involved in following our passion. Never. There is never a risk involved in doing what is ours to do, which means we have to be willing to actually point to that which we know is ours to do. So, I love that this song starts with the lyric, you can never really know which way it's going to go. Isn't that it? That's the first line? Or can you? I would like to say, first of all, that's a brilliant lyric, and it makes perfect sense in the relative world of form. Because as human beings, we think we can never know where we're going to go. We just don't know what's going to happen next. But as divine human beings, when we actually get to that fifth level, that fifth kingdom, students, that nirvana, as the Buddhists say, that place where I and the Father are one, as Jesus said, when we get to that place, then we know. But we don't have to know the specifics, and that's one of our real challenges. We think we have to know the specifics, don't we? We think we have to know how this is going to work out before I really invest my time and money and effort into it. I want to know the percentages. I want to know how certain am I that this is going to succeed. I got to tell you, I've never been that person. I generally jump first, ask later. I really am. I mean, wouldn't you, most of you who know me really well, you know. I just do and just expect it to work out. And it always works out some way, right? That's how life works. That's what Kevin's always saying to me. He says, you know, your whole thing about my life is unfolding perfectly. While your life is unfolding perfectly, mine is hell. And I get what he means, because sometimes, in order for my life to unfold perfectly, he has to come back, walk behind me going, I'll get that. And I totally get it. And I've gotten much better. He's not here today. He's on his way down to Long Beach to do his closing performance. But, you know, I give him great cred for not letting me know that was happening for such a long time. And now I'm aware of it because now he lets me know it's happening all the time. But it's good that he did, because that communication between us allowed me to start picking up my own stuff and to really give him the chance to pick up his stuff. And that's the way life is. So getting back to this understanding of, can I really know? Yes, I can. As God, I know that life always works towards harmony. Life always works towards inclusion. Life always works towards success. Life always works towards love. Life always works towards prosperity. Sometimes, as Karen said, you may be crawling around the floor saying to yourself, I could stand right now, but it feels really good here, just sitting in this kind of atmosphere of, I don't want to say babies aren't victims, but this atmosphere of, I see what the world's going to do to me. Or I can see what it's going to feel like to fall down. Projecting all the things that could go wrong. How many of you ever actually project all the things that could go wrong in your mind when you're looking at something? I think we all do, into some respect. And what do you think that does? When you pick up that element of life of, oh, what could go wrong, you are now expanding what could go wrong. Whatever you focus your mind on expands. So if you're willing to spend your time focusing on all the things that could possibly deter you or blow you up, then you're expanding that sort of thing. But if you're willing to come from that perspective of God, knowing there is no risk because I rest in spiritual knowing, then if you're going to go there, have at it. You're no longer on the precipice. You have left the precipice and you have jumped. And I love that saying that it says, you know, faith is jumping and knowing that you will grow wings if you don't see them. Most of us don't see our wings. There's some movie, I can't think of the name of it right now, about all the angels. I think it's from Germany. Wings of Desire. How many of you have seen Wings of Desire? Oh, you all have to go home and watch it. Just look for, it's on Netflix, Wings of Desire. It is brilliant. It is such a brilliant amalgamation of seeing that the divine and the human are one thing at all times. It's just brilliant. So are you willing to jump off and know that your wings come, as soon as you jump, the wings come out. But they're not going to come out if you're not willing to jump. Because you're living in a world of form then. But if you're willing to live in the world of spirit, then you can move on to the adventure of your life. And you don't have to know the specifics, but you have to know it's going to be awesome. That's what you have to know. So, the title of my talk today is Live in 5, 4, 3. Okay, so you probably all think it's, something about my live cast today, because this is the first time we are ever doing a live cast of a show, and we have people watching Sissy Boy today, which will be the last performance. I was going to say ever, but I'm leaving it open. Just a bit. I'm leaving that door a crack open, because Holland Taylor said to me, don't make any decisions for about a month after you do this. And then I got it, because right now I'm willing to say, never, done, over, burn the wedding dress. So... So this afternoon at 3 o'clock, we'll go live, and we have people watching from Ecuador, Scotland, London, New York, Toronto, Kauai, just all over the place to tune in, which will be really, really, really wonderful. But the talk title, Live in 3421, really comes from this. Every night, I said this last week, when I'm ready to come on, there used to feel like this line of demarcation between when I'm back there waiting to come on and when I'm on. So that live in 5, 4, 3, 2, it's like the world's waiting, and you're on. There's something about that is really intensely discomforting. It really is, which is why most of us actors get just a little nervous or a little sick to our stomach just when we're waiting for that last moment before the lights come on and you're in. And I've told this story before about when I did the new musical Hired Man, which came over from London, and I got to star in, and I played a character from 16 to the time I died, in my 60s. I remember then thinking, who's going to buy me at 60? Yeah. 17 they bought. And I remember being backstage, and I had to have a note. I had to be given the note off in the wings, and I got so in my head about it because all the critics were there, and I'm backstage in this enormous set, and I've got my little lantern, my little knickers on. I'm this Scottish farmhand, and figure that out. And I'm just about to come on, and I'm going, oh my God, what was that note? I don't remember the note. And I had to sing a cappella, and the whole orchestra came in after me. And I was like, and I turn around to ask the stage manager, and all the lights go out, which means the curtain's going up. And I was like, oh my God. And so I just, live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I walked out, oh, to be a hired man, da, 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 da. I go to sing the song, and then the band comes in, and I adjust a hair, because I'm in a little bit of a different key, probably a key that doesn't exist. But, so there's that moment before it happens, and then it happening. But I'm here to talk today about the adventure being the whole enchilada, thank you, the whole encinita, the whole enchilada. And Karen and I don't talk about what we're going to say on these opening Sundays. She knows what the theme is, I know what the theme is, and it was absolutely perfect. It's the difference between the crawl and the walk, but trying to get the concept and the understanding, it's all the same thing. It is all the same thing. So, as you go through this month, I really want you to think about how much of your life is being lived live, and how much of your life is being lived in the wings, waiting for someone to tell you you're live. Because guess what? The universe is live 24/7. The universal law of life is live 24/7. It is not sitting inside of your amazing mind saying, tell me when you want me to create something. Tell me when you think you're on. And you know what that means to us as practitioners? Don't think that just because you can treat those few times you think to do it, because I love practitioners always say to me, I didn't even think to treat when this happened. And I get that. I really do get that. There are moments I don't remember to treat either. Brief, but it happens. But we somehow think that's when we move the energy of life. Treatment is a movement of energy into the conscious mind in order to create a result. That's what we think we're doing in that moment. But you know what? You're doing it every single day, every single moment with whatever you are thinking. So there's no such thing as the universe going live. The universe is live. And you are live. So the adventure has to be, for all of us, this understanding that we are actually in this beautiful state of consciousness where once we get that we are living at the fifth kingdom, we are living in Christ consciousness, we are living in the I am God, once we get that, we're just aware, we're awake, we remember. And when something comes through us and we're thinking, oh, that's going to be really hard. Really? You want that to be hard? Because that's what you just told me to do. That's what the law is saying. Oh, how am I going to, I need more money. Is that what you want to tell me? That you need more money? Or do you want to tell me that there is more money available? It's mine to have. Show me the way. Which way do you want to use your mind? So this is an amazing time this month to use this adventure this way. Ernest Holmes said this: it's a wonderful experiment and a great adventure to make conscious use of the law, to feel that we can plant an idea in mind and see it take form. I don't know of a better adventure. I really don't. I don't know of a better adventure than being able to literally speak my word and watch it happen. So, what do you have in mind that you are still ruminating over because you're not sure of how it's going to turn out? If I had $1 for every single person that said to me, this is what I want to do, but I don't know that it's really going to work for me. So many people start with that. They lead with, this is going to be difficult, but this is what I'd like to do, and I'm going to try it. Someday I'll try it. No, you won't, because here's someday, here's you, and you walk around with it at that distance from you for the rest of your life. Because until you actually say, okay, someday is over, it's now, and your heart is involved in it, it's always someday. So this month is time for us to really take our adventure. Gary's about to go out on the road with Jamie Lula as Floyd Lula. Yes, and they have this great, they've come together, these two beautiful minds and these two beautiful talents have come together and said, okay, let's write what we write, and let's take it out into the world. Karen is going to be a minister. I don't know why she even considers it as a non-possibility. Karen will become a minister, and her whole ministry of music is going to explode, absolutely explode. And we have many ideas on how to make that happen. Right, Sarah? We have many ideas. So, all of you, what do you have in mind that you want to fly? What's the adventure you want to be on? And I really do mean that. What's the adventure you want to be on? There is an adventure living you right now. You're either fighting it or you're giving over to it. You're either stopping it from happening or you are enhancing it at every step. Now the truth is, I don't know what I want. Oh, you know what? I can't even say that. I know exactly what I want to do with Sissy Boy. And there are moments in my day when I say, that's going to be really... but you know what? That's my adventure. Now, do I want to go around the country performing this? We've had many offers from theaters saying, can you bring it here? Can you bring it here? I don't know. But I'm willing for it to live me. And I haven't been. I've been really clear. I'm done. But now I'm ready to... After working on this talk, I was like, have you really closed your mind? Have you really lost your mind? No, that was when you decided to do it. So the real question is to you is, where is your sissy boy? Really? Where is that thing in you that has to be said? Where is that thing in you that has to be lived? Where is that adventure in you that is only not happening because you have done an unconscious no to it? And unconscious is one of the questions on the ministerial test. What is unconscious mind? Let me just tell you, the only correct answer to that is there is no such thing as unconscious mind. You can go unconscious. You can forget what's going on, but there is no such thing as unconscious mind. Mind is always conscious. The universe is always conscious. The universe hears everything you put into it. Everything. It then gives you whichever of those things has the most belief behind it. So you can say until the cows come home, I see myself as an Oscar-winning actor. But if underneath that is the fear of ever doing it, you're not getting there. Because the universe is listening to the belief, not your words. Words unbacked by belief are just like feathers in the wind. So what is your adventure? What's in there that you know is yours to do? And how can you decide, finally, to do it? To just do it. Just do it. Hell to the wind, just do it. So when Ernest Holmes says, plant the idea of adventure in your mind, he says, let's experiment this month. So let's experiment this month, you and I. Let's plant the ideas of adventure into our minds. I want you to start really getting clear on what is the adventure that your life is. Look at this beautiful woman with her two brand new, identical twin daughters. How old are they now?
4 months yesterday.
4 months yesterday. So the adventure that these two twin girls are on, tell me their names.
Naya and Jalea, or you can just say Naya and Leah.
Naya and Leah. I'll go with the shorter versions. Naya and Leah. So look at this. They are just primed, ready. Thank God they're growing up in a teaching that's not telling them, oh Lord, I am not worthy. but is telling them, you are God. And you have everything inside of you to live the most fulfilling, spectacular, prosperous, passionate lives. Now, every one of us knows that their life is just ready to explode. But guess what? Every single one of you is right where they are, because today is a brand new day, and this moment is a brand new moment, and this month is a brand new month. So let's experiment. Let's really take this science and experiment with it. This is called the science of mind. That means we need to experiment with it to prove it, for God's sake. Not just sit around going, Sundays are fun, this feels really pretty here, we're all full of love, and then walk out and not use it. And I'm not charging you with that, except the people I am. But the real truth is, it really is up to you and is up to me to experiment with this stuff. To actually say, right, Craig? To actually say, this is what I am putting into my mind, and I expect, say that with me. I expect it to be done unto me as I believe. So let's just decide, what adventure do you want to put in there? Lisa Johnson, you're off to a new, amazing adventure of life, and it means nothing about what came before it. It only means right here and right now, I am ready for my adventure. Jump off of that ledge and let those wings grow you. Okay? So let's plant the adventure into our mind this month. And there's no risk. Guys, there is no risk to this. There is no risk other than resting in spiritual knowing. And what do I know? I know that my life is divinely guided when I step into the I am God and allow God as me, through me, to lead me. And guess what I have to do then? Listen. I have to listen. Take hold of your mind. Raymond Charles Barker says the only way to achieve prosperity is to take charge of your mind. And what he means by that is the only way for you to be prosperous, successful, healthy, loving is to take charge of your mind on every area of that playing board, the board of life. Your health, your relationships, your prosperity, your career, your creative expression. Take charge of your mind. You are not relegated to anyone else's idea of what your life should be. You are not relegated to the race consciousness of the universe that may be saying it's a tough road ahead for this sort of thing you want to do. Or not everybody succeeds at this. Or it's not the right time. Whatever they're saying out there does not impact a mind that knows who and what it is and uses it with that kind of precision to know that where I am, this is my truth. And I live it, I expect it, it is an adventure, and I am ready to take it. Namaste.